Hey guys, this is Page from Beebom.com, and we recently did a video on the new OPPO Reno 4 Pro, but a lot of you guys asked us to also check out the new OPPO Watch. Well, we heard you, this is the new OPPO Watch, and this is a smartwatch that I've been using for a couple of days now, and the experience has been pretty interesting. Well, I'm going to tell you all about it. Also, we did a really cool unboxing video of this watch on our Instagram page, where we got a lot of questions, so I'm going to answer them as well. So let's begin. Okay, so first up, the OPPO Watch is available in two variants, a 41mm one and a 46mm one. Well, if you want to know the differences between the two, we have an article down below, so check that out. But let me tell you that the 46mm OPPO Watch is the more premium one of the two, and that's the one we have right here. Now, I know, let's face it, this looks like the Apple Watch, be it the dial or the strap or some of the watch faces. So it's clear that this is very much inspired by the Apple Watch, but there's more to this watch, so let's talk about that. See, it's been some time since I used a WearOS smartwatch, but to remember correctly, I think there are three most important factors when it comes to a smartwatch. Number one, the overall experience, because I've used a lot of WearOS smartwatches in the past that have turned out laggy and slow. Number two, the communication features like notification handling, the calling, the connectivity, etc. And number three, the battery. I mean, it's a smartwatch, so you need at least decent battery life. So talking about the experience first, the OPPO Watch brings a very high-end experience, and there are a lot of factors involved. One of them is this beautiful display. This is a 1.91-inch dual curved AMOLED display, and it's honestly right up there as one of the great smartwatch displays I've ever used. It's bright, the black's amazing, it's punchy, and the high pixel count means it's sharp all around. It's just a beautiful display, and the curves make it look even better. I also like the fact that it's very responsive, which is a problem with some of the smartwatch displays. As for the settings, there's the brightness setting, which you can set to auto, but there's one thing that I miss, and that's an always on display feature. That would have made things perfect. Anyway, there is the lift to wake and tilt to wake gestures that are fast. Apart from the display, the rest of the design is premium too. The frame here is aluminium alloy, and on the left you have these speakers, and on the right you get these buttons. The one with the green accent works as the power button, as well as a shortcut key that you can customize for anything. The key on the top brings up the app drawer and also takes you home when you need it. The bottom is plastic with a nice finish, and the dome where the heart rate sensor is ceramic. Now, this whole design is 5 ATM water resistant, so you can take it for a swim, workouts, basically anything else, and it should be fine. As for these bands, these are what OPPO calls fluoro rubber, which I think is a fancy term for just silicon bands, but these feel high quality and nice, so that's nice. Now when it comes to the comfort, I have been wearing this watch for the past 2 days continuously, and I haven't come across any issues. The band is soft enough, and the watch is fairly lightweight, around 40 grams, so yeah, it's pretty comfortable to use. Now coming to the software experience, the OPPO Watch has WearOS obviously, but there are a few OPPO optimizations that make the overall experience really good. I mean, first of all, this is the first time I'm using a square WearOS watch, but I think the experience is much better because there is a lot more screen estate. Anyway, the WearOS experience is nice. There are the gestures which feel great on the curved display. I can press hold to see the different watch faces. I can swipe down to get the quick toggles, swipe up to see the notifications, swipe right for the Google Assistant, and swipe left to go through the different tiles with important details. There's daily activity, which shows me my steps, workout time, and more. There's also the heart rate details, my sleep details, weather, and more. Obviously, I can customize these tiles, so that's good. There's also the app drawer here, and it looks pretty nice. Also, there are some interesting apps. There's a workouts app that records fitness runs, fat burn run, outdoor walk, cycling, and swimming. There's also an interesting 5-minute workout app, which is interesting for people like me because 5 minutes seems the apt amount of time for my workouts. There's also an app for guided breathing exercises, which should be pretty handy for people. Now, apart from these, there are the other usual apps like Google Fit, Play Store, reminders, alarms, timer, stopwatch. You get the idea. Now, like I said, one of the issues I've generally come across when it comes to WearOS smartwatches is the fact that the performance gets pretty laggy even at the beginning. Now, I already told you that the OPPO Watch display is very responsive and fast, so that's one barrier crossed. But the overall performance is also very smooth. The OPPO Watch is powered by the Snapdragon 3100 Wear chipset, and there's also an Ambic Micro Apollo 3 wireless chipset for the low power OS, which I'll get to. There's also 1GB RAM and 8GB storage. Now, these are pretty good specs for a WearOS smartwatch, and I don't know if it's the optimizations from OPPO, but the experience here is very fluid and smooth. I haven't had any problems. So the experience of the OPPO Watch is all around nice, and that brings me to the second important factor, the communication features. Now this is WearOS, so I get all the notifications on the watch right here, and all of the notifications are actionable. So say I receive a WhatsApp message like this, I can just use one of these quick replies, or send an emoji, or use tap to speak, or use this tiny keyboard which supports swipe typing and suggestions, and it works surprisingly well. Also, the OPPO Watch does not have eSIM support, but there is a speaker here, so I can make calls directly from the watch and also receive calls. Let me just give you a little something. Let me just call Devinder. As you can see, it's ringing. Hello? What's up? Early morning. These days, it's all about that. Anyway, can you hear me properly?
It's pretty clear.
And yeah, you are also audible. I'm just calling you from the OPPO Watch.
Yeah, the voice sounds a little different, but it's pretty clear. There's no, I can hear you properly.
Okay, so as you can see, the sound of the speaker is not very loud, so you have to, get in, but he was able to hear me pretty clearly, so that's pretty okay. Apart from that, the OPPO Watch is pretty sorted on the connectivity front as well. It has Bluetooth 4.2, which is a little strange because it's been some time since Bluetooth 5.0 arrived. But yeah, I haven't come across any connection drops or anything, so that's okay, I guess. There's also NFC and 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi support. Also, the watch has built-in GPS and all of these sensors, so the location info and physical stats are pretty precise. As for the app, when pairing the watch with your phone, you only need the WearOS app, and the pairing was fast and easy. But if you want to see all your health tracking details, you have to install OPPO's HeyTap Health app, which shows you all the details in a fairly clean UI, so it's all good. Now, the third big factor is battery. So the OPPO Watch has a 430 mAh battery, and with WearOS, it's set to last around 36 hours, and in my usage, it did last me for a day and a little more, which is decentish, I think. But the interesting thing here is that OPPO Watch has a low power OS, which only works when you enable the power saver. Now, this mode shows the time, records the step count and heart rate, and it even shows you the notifications, so it's not bad for a low power mode. And in this mode, the watch can last for almost 20 days on a single charge, so that's pretty awesome. When it comes to charging, this is the magnetic charger you get with the OPPO Watch, and OPPO is calling it Watch Whoop Flash Charging because, hey, why not? Anyway, this charges the watch to around 45% in just 15 minutes and 100% in 75 minutes, so that's fairly fast. Look, all in all, I have kind of become skeptical when it comes to WearOS smartwatches, especially the ones available in India. But if you ask me, the OPPO Watch has to be one of the more refined smartwatches that I've ever used. I mean, yeah, there's still a lot of testing to do, like the battery, the accuracy, etc. But so far, it does seem pretty interesting. I mean, the OPPO Watch brings almost all of the features you need. The few refinements to WearOS really enhance the experience. And unlike a lot of smartwatches, the experience so far is very smooth and nice. Plus, the big USP, I think, is that beautiful curved display. It's just amazing. Now, I know OPPO maybe could have gone with a slightly unique design, but apart from that, this is a premium smartwatch. Now, when it comes to pricing, the OPPO Watch 41mm costs around 15K, and this 46mm premium version costs around 19K. So what do you think of the price? Tell us in the comment section below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure to share it with your friends. Lastly, subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. Well, that's me signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.